Hi, readers. Now, we have been talking a lot about how second grade readers grow like beanstalks. And in the past couple of days, we talked about how we can scoop up phrases to smooth our reader's voice, and we can change our tone, and how we can change our voice for different characters, and things that we can do when we're reading those big chapter books. Now, last night I was laying in bed and I was thinking a lot about our reading. And I made sure to write this down because I didn't want to forget when I came to school today. I wrote this down. So listen to what I was thinking about last night. I wrote, readers need to be careful not to get going reading faster and faster and forget to think about the story. They can keep tabs by stopping to make sure they can retell events in order. That's what I kept thinking. And I didn't want to forget that information. So I made sure to write it down on this Post-it note and bring it to school with me today. Now, readers, if we're scooping up words and phrases and we're reading really fast, sometimes we forget what we're reading. Has that ever happened to you? Now, guess what? It's happened to Mrs. Paspenka. For example, yesterday in a meeting, I was reading an article. And when we got done, I looked at Mrs. Nolan and I said, what was that article about? I don't remember. So I told myself I need to slow down and think about what I'm reading. So today I want you to set a timer for about 10-15 minutes and practice your reading. Maybe it's a take-home book you have, or you're reading on iPad, or some books you have at home, whatever you have available to you. And I want you to read a page here and then read another page. So maybe 2 pages in your book, and stop and think, what's happening in the story? What are the characters doing? How are the characters feeling? Readers who read too fast forget. So yes, we want to use a smooth reader's voice, but do we want to read so fast that we forget everything that we're reading? Absolutely not. So today when you're reading, I want you to practice pausing and thinking, how are the characters feeling? What are the characters doing? What do they see? What do they feel? What do they hear? So that you can remember all the events that are happening in your book. You can retell those events by saying things like first, and then next, then, finally. Those words help us put the story in order. So as you're reading today, stop and think, what's happening to the characters after a few pages? Then keep reading some more and stop and think again. When you're finished with the book, you can think about the book as a whole. What happened in the beginning, the middle, and the end of the book. All right, readers, it's off we go. Reading for, 10 to 15 minutes. Again, you could set a timer on your iPad to make sure that you've read for that amount of time, pausing to think what you're reading about. Happy reading.